This week on Chuckload of Comics, the new trailer for Pet Sematary offers some major plot twists. Legion finally casts its Charles Xavier for Season 3, and the world mourns the loss of one of the original Guardians of the Galaxy. All that plus, we're reading your hateful viewer comments right here on Chuckload of Comics. Hey guys, welcome to Chuckload of Comics. Before we kick off the show today, I thought we'd take a second to reinstitute an ancient custom, that custom being reading hateful comments.
My favorite.
Hateful comments from you, the viewers. We don't get to do this nearly enough, so every time we get an opportunity, we embrace it.
Absolutely.
I love calling out hateful people.
I know.
The world's too full of hateful people. This week's hateful comment comes from a gentleman by the name of Mr. Panda.
Mr. Panda, he sounds like a nice guy. Why would he be so hateful?
He sounds like a cute, lovable, furry creature. Well, Mr. Panda did not miss an opportunity to leave us a bad comment on our Captain Marvel show we did last week.
Yeah, last week we read some early reviews of Captain Marvel, and apparently Mr. Panda didn't like it very much.
All we were doing was reading Twitter responses from people who saw Captain Marvel. That's it. We weren't giving our own opinions. But anyway, Mr. Panda wrote this. These reviews, in quotes, are Disney Marvel employees, you idiot. Of course they're going to love it. Idiot. Thank you.
Oh, wow.
Thank you for calling me out.
He obviously was just calling you out because he said idiot, not idiots.
True.
So
I am the idiot. For the record, though, they weren't Disney Marvel execs. Last I checked, Steven Weintraub of Collider.com is not an employee of Disney.
I'm pretty sure. Maybe he has a side job. Maybe he works at Disney World or something.
Perhaps.
I don't know.
Perhaps. Well, I just want to say thank you to Mr. Panda and congratulations. You win the Chuckload of Comics Hateful Comments from Viewers trophy.
What a trophy it is.
Go ahead and take this trophy, set it next to your pile of bamboo.
And your pitchfork.
And your pitchfork, you hateful gentleman, Mr. Panda. So go ahead and roll your fuzzy butt down a hill off the nearest cliff. That out of the way, Chuckload of Comics. Welcome to the show, guys. Every single Sunday, we break down the nerdy news of the week.
That's right.
Give you our thoughts on all the happenings, all the headlines in the world of fandom every single Sunday. Click the subscribe button if you're new to the channel, and join the Chuckload of Comics family. Chuckload of Comics every single week is brought to you by Cold War Games, Arts, and Entertainment. Their new game, Fight Your Friends, comes out in a matter of days.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited for this.
We've been pumping up this game. It's a card game, and every week we are debuting a new card, a new character card.
Yeah, and every card is illustrated by an independent comic book artist, which is really cool.
Exactly. The whole point is to try to introduce new comic book fans to indie comics and indie comic book characters. This week's card. Is that a baby T-Rex?
It is a baby T-Rex. I think these cards get better and better every week, man.
Somehow these cards just keep getting better. This character is a character by the name of Darby. Darby, the book is called Darby. It's a web comic. It's available on webtoons.com and I believe darbycomics.com as well.
Sweet.
It's by Sherrod Jackson, and it is the misadventures of a bloodthirsty baby T-Rex. I'm hooked. I'm sold.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but it's rated R, right?
It's an R-rated comic about a baby T-Rex. I checked it out on webtoons.com. It's called Darby. It is awesome. He's got like 37 issues out there.
That's so cool.
So go to webtoons.com. Yeah, find Darby. It's adorable. And of course, Fight Your Friends comes out on the Kickstarter in just a matter of days. Yes. In February, this game's finally going to launch. You can get your hands on it. They're going to be, if you're going to be at C2E2, they're going to be doing a raffle. They're giving away issues and copies of the new Fight Your Friends game. So find the Cold War crew at C2E2.
Sweet.
So before we get into the news of the week, guys, your required reading for this week, Uncanny X-Men number 11? Immortal Hulk issue 13, I believe, and Conan the Barbarian issue number 3. 3 incredible books. You have to add them to your pull list.
Agreed.
If you haven't picked them up, go down to your local comic book shop, pick them up. Shauna, of these 3, which one really knocked your socks off?
Oh, they're so good. I mean, Hulk is always good every week. You can't not pick that up. Conan is surprisingly amazing. Like that would have been the last book on my pull list, but I am loving it. Jason Aaron's killing it. But my favorite book by far this week was Uncanny X-Men. It was just so good. It's a super thick issue. It's almost like 2 stories, but they obviously meld together. Scott Summers is back from the dead, and you can see that Wolverine is also back by the cover. So the first half, Chuck's got Scott over there.
Oh,
He's
I got
just
him
curious. So the first half is Scott Summers' story over like 4 days, and then the second half is the same story from Wolverine's side. So it's just really cool.
It's like a 50-page book. It's
I'm
massive,
loving what
massive
Matthew
thick.
Rosenberg is doing. And speaking of which, we
Yeah.
get to interview Matthew Rosenberg at C2E2 this
That's
year.
right. We are going to be having a sit-down roundtable with a bunch of Marvel creators at our C2E2 booth. Matt Rosenberg is one of the guys who's agreed to sit down with us. So check it out. In March, we're going to be doing a sit-down with a lot of these comic book creators. Hopefully we'll get Jason Aaron. My favorite book of the week is a toss-up between all three of them, really. But Conan the Barbarian, as you said. Jason Aaron's absolutely crushing it
I know.
with Conan.
Yeah.
It's a bloodbath. Every single issue. Never been a big Conan fan.
Right.
I was shocked, but I was like, you know what? It's Jason Aaron. You can't miss. So picked it up. It's up to issue 3.
Yeah.
And it's spectacular, guys. If you're not on the Conan bandwagon or the cart, as it were, get it. Get on the bandwagon. It's a fantastic series.
It's only issue 3, so you can easily catch up.
Yep. So, guys, let us know in the comments section if you read any of these and if there's anything that we missed. Let us know what you guys are reading and what you like this week. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and break down this week's Nerd News. All right, guys, so this first story is really kind of a bummer.
Aww.
Kind of a bummer. The world mourns the loss of one of the original Guardians of the Galaxy. Before the first light was lit, before the first camera rolled, a small furry raccoon was brought into a soundstage, into a studio, and laser scanned. They scanned this little raccoon, and that raccoon became the framework for Rocket Raccoon in the Guardians of the Galaxy. That raccoon's name was Oreo, and Oreo passed away this week.
So sad.
I know, it is really sad, and I'm not making light of this. It's really a bummer.
Yeah.
Because I know what you're thinking. Oh, it's just some raccoon that they scanned. No big deal. This raccoon was a part of the Guardians family.
Yeah.
He was on set. His trainers brought him to the set. All the cast members have been tweeting how sad they are. I mean, he was part of the production. He went to the premiere of Guardians of the Galaxy. You see James Gunn with Oreo on his head and on his shoulder. He was just a major part of the Guardians family.
So sad.
And the tweets are really sad from all the people. He died at the tender age of 10 years old.
Which I think isn't a good life for a raccoon.
I think it's a good life for a raccoon.
Yeah, it's a good life for a cat.
I mean, come on. This guy lived the life of a movie star.
Right?
He went to Hollywood premieres, which is some things few quadrupeds can say.
He probably had the best trash meals of any raccoon ever.
He probably did.
That's right.
Not hot dogs and pig's butt. He was probably eating filet
duck
mignon.
bones and
Probably duck bones. So, Godspeed, Oreo.
R.I.P., sir.
R.I.P. Speaking of dead animals,
Oh, no.
this week we saw the second trailer for Pet Sematary.
Good segue.
You like that?
I did.
Sorry, I was a little tactless, tasteless, but
That's
this
all right.
second trailer for Pet Sematary was one of the creepiest trailers. I thought it would be impossible to beat the creepy factor from trailer number 1 of Pet
know.
Sematary. This second one, they ramped it up.
Yeah, not only did they ramp it up, but man, they've completely flipped the script on us.
Spoiler alert. If you don't want to know anything about the plot of Pet Sematary, go ahead and fast forward just a little bit. Major plot twist.
No kidding.
If you've ever read the book Pet Sematary or
watched
seen the
the
movie
first
from
movie,
the
yeah.
80s, phenomenal, classic movie, totally stands up, you know that the kid, Gage, the son, gets hit by a truck, and then the dad buries the son in the Indian burial ground, and he comes back. They're not doing that in this movie. They're completely flipping the script.
Mind blown.
Ellie, the daughter, is the one that gets hit by the truck. Ellie dies and gets buried and brought back. And it seems, based on the trailer, that this almost happened at the beginning of the film.
Yeah.
You see in the trailer,
crazy.
they bury Church. Church comes back. Ellie sees Church walking down the street, chases after the cat. Oh my God, Church is back from the dead. And then, pow,
Boom.
she gets hit by the truck.
Yeah.
Huge plot twist.
I have no idea where they're going with
What
this.
do you think about the plot twist?
I think it's great, and I'm kind of glad that they showed it to us because
Really?
now it gets me even more excited about the movie because it's not just a reboot or a retelling of the same story. This is obviously
They're writing something new.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I'm so stoked.
Also in this trailer, you get to see a lot of goodies, man. You get to see Pascal speak for the first time, talking about how the gates have been opened or something like that. You get to see our first look at Zelda.
Yep.
Sister Zelda. You get to see her gnarly back crawling her along the hallway. Oh my God. You haven't seen Zelda's face yet, but you've seen the snarled back.
A little bit more of John Lithgow.
A lot more of Judd,
Yep.
John Lithgow, the guy from across the street. A little more info about the kids and about the Pet Sematary itself. Phenomenal trailer.
I know, I can't
Absolutely blew my mind.
This comes out in April, right?
Comes out April 5th.
Right around the corner.
Right around the corner.
Yes.
So right after Captain Marvel, roll into Pet Sematary, then into Endgame.
This is
and
Stephen
it's
King's
officially-
year, man.
It is Stephen King year. We got Pet Sematary. We got It 2. Doctor Sleep was moved up to November.
That's crazy.
The Stand is being created at the CBS All Access
What?
channel. It's going to be a miniseries.
Sweet.
I know. Stephen King's having a hell of a year.
Way to go, Mr. King.
Way to go. So if you haven't seen the trailer for Pet Sematary, check it out. It'll knock your socks off. Moving on. Next little piece of nerd news, guys, for all you fans of the show Legion.
Yes.
Absolutely adore this show.
I know, it's so good.
Season 2 was great. Season 1 was great. Season 3 launches in June of this year.
Wow.
Well, we're sad to say FX is canceling Legion.
But then, didn't you say that the creator said that he only had 3 seasons in mind?
Yeah,
So maybe it's not a cancellation, but it's just the last season.
Yeah, the FX CEO, John Landgraf, told reporters that Noah Hawley had always considered Legion to be a 3-season show, and he has confirmed that he's going to stick with his plan. This will be the final season. That's his official statement.
That makes sense.
And I'm okay with that.
I am too. I like when the creators have an ending in mind.
Exactly.
It makes sense to me.
So I'm not super bummed. I'm a little bit bummed because the show's phenomenal, but better to wrap it up on your own terms than to just have it go on and on and on like Walking Dead and just
Exactly.
eventually lose all your fans. So that's cool, but what's even cooler, they announced this week that they're finally going to do Charles Xavier and Gabrielle Haller,
Oh my gosh.
mother
so
and father
cool.
of Legion. They've cast him. They're going to introduce Xavier into the story.
Oh, man.
Harry Lloyd has been cast.
Okay.
A British actor. He was in The Theory of Everything. He was in The Iron Lady. He was in Jane Eyre. He did some episodes of Game of Thrones.
Sweet.
Awesome,
Charles
awesome.
Xavier with hair.
A young Charles Xavier, which is cool.
Yeah.
I like the fact they're not doing old, bald Charles
Yeah.
Xavier. They're going to be doing sort of the origin story.
So it's flashbacks for sure.
It's
I'm
going to be
assuming,
flashbacks, I would assume.
So cool.
And it's an interesting story how the two of them met. They met at a hospital, and Charles Xavier was a doctor, and she was a patient, and they, he worked to mentally try to fix her PTSD, I believe.
Wow.
And they fell in love and had a kid. The kid wound up being Legion. Terrible, terrible person. Gabrielle is being played by Stephanie Cornelissen.
Sorry.
Cornelissen. Stephanie Cornelissen. You know her from Legends of Tomorrow and Mr. Robot. Beautiful actress.
Yes.
She is going to be Legion's mom.
Sweet.
So it sounds like they have some big plans for season 3. They're going out with a bang.
I can't
Absolutely love
wait.
it. If you guys haven't watched,
Isn't that far away either.
say what?
June isn't that far away either, man.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Dude, 2019's
This is a killer year, people.
it's gonna be an awesome, awesome year. So if you haven't watched Legion, I think it's on Netflix. I think you can catch it on Hulu. You can catch it on FX. .com.
Now, yeah. Mhm.
The FX app, check it out. Season 1 is phenomenal. Season 2 I absolutely loved.
Yep.
And Season 3 is shaping up to be something very, very special.
So cool.
So that's kind of the big headlines of the week, guys. And that's sort of our show.
That's right.
Leave us a comment. Let us know, did we miss any massive headlines? I mean, there was a lot this week.
I know.
Deadpool is officially going to keep on being R-rated at Disney.
Yep.
There's lots of cool stories to drop this week. We saw our first trailer for Child's Play.
Oh, yeah.
Did you watch that?
No, I didn't actually, but I saw it.
I didn't really
it was
like
out.
it. It was weird.
Uh-oh.
They're going real AI as opposed to the doll being possessed by a serial killer. It's going to be more like artificial intelligence in the doll.
I don't think I like that.
It's going to be like Judgment Day. All the dolls are AI-infused dolls.
That
And they're just going to kill
really
humanity
dumb.
one person at a time. We'll see. I didn't really like the trailer all that much, but... So anyway, guys, thanks a lot for watching. Check us out next Sunday. We're here every single Sunday breaking down the nerd news of the week, giving you our comic book picks of the week. sometimes reading hateful comments from viewers.
Keep those coming, people.
And big thanks to the guys at Cold War Games. Check out fightyourfriends.net for more information on that card game. Launches on Kickstarter this month.
Yay!
So that's it, guys. Have a fantastic week. We'll see you here next Sunday.
Bye-bye.